Ferrari brought a new ADUO upgrade to Austria, and it was supposed to move the SF26 closer to the front. But when the race started, the upgrade could not hide the truth. The car still lost time on the straights. The tires still faded. The race pace still disappeared. And suddenly, Ferrari's big new step looked painfully small. Leclerc had already warned that this was not a revolution. He called it a step. But Austria did not ask Ferrari for a step. Austria asked Ferrari for a weapon. And Ferrari did not have one. That is what makes this disaster so dangerous. Because Leclerc started second. Hamilton started third. 2 Ferraris inside the top 3 should have meant pressure, strategy, and a real shot at victory. Instead, Russell won, Verstappen recovered to second, Antonelli reached the podium, and Ferrari was left facing the question no one inside Maranello can avoid. If the new ADUO system could not deliver race pace in Austria, what happens when Ferrari reaches Spa, Monza, or Las Vegas? Because this was not just an upgrade that failed to transform the car. This was a warning that Ferrari's development path may not be moving fast enough to save its season. Subscribe to the channel. Austria was supposed to show Ferrari that the plan was working. That was the whole point. The ADUO upgrade was not presented as a miracle. It was not described as the single piece that would suddenly turn the SF26 into the fastest car on the grid. Even Leclerc was careful with the expectation. He called it a step, not a revolution. And before the weekend turned ugly, that sounded reasonable. A step can matter. In Formula 1, a small improvement can change a race. A little more efficiency on the straights. A little more stability in the corners. A little more control over the tires. Sometimes, that is enough to turn a difficult Sunday into a podium, or a podium into a win. But Austria did not reward Ferrari for taking a step. Austria asked Ferrari if that step was big enough. And the answer became uncomfortable almost immediately. Because the Red Bull Ring is not a circuit that gives a weak car much protection. It is short. It is sharp. It is fast. It has long straights where every bit of speed matters. It has heavy braking zones where the car has to stay stable. And it has corner exits where the rear tires take punishment again and again. If a car lacks efficiency, Austria exposes it. If a car struggles with balance, Austria exposes it. If a car overheats its tires, Austria exposes it. And if an upgrade has not fixed those problems, Austria exposes that too. That is why Ferrari's weekend became so revealing. The team arrived with the feeling that progress was coming. Hamilton had just won in Spain, and that victory changed the emotional temperature around Ferrari. Suddenly, the red car did not feel like a project waiting for answers. It felt like a car that might be entering its strongest phase. A win can do that. It can make the garage breathe differently. It can make every update feel more powerful. It can make every engineer believe the next piece might unlock something bigger. It can make the whole world look at Ferrari and think, maybe this is the beginning. But 1 week later, Austria asked the question Spain did not ask. Can this Ferrari perform when the circuit attacks its weaknesses? That is where the ADUO story became so important. Because this upgrade was supposed to be part of Ferrari's development path. Not the full answer, but a sign that the team was moving toward one. And when a team brings a new package after a breakthrough win, the expectation is not just improvement. The expectation is confirmation. Ferrari needed Austria to confirm that Spain was not a perfect storm. They needed it to confirm that the car could handle a power track. They needed it to confirm that the SF26 was becoming more complete, not just more impressive under specific conditions. For a few hours on Saturday, it looked like that confirmation might arrive. Leclerc qualified second. Hamilton qualified third. 2 Ferraris inside the top 3. On paper, that was exactly the kind of result Ferrari needed. It suggested that the team had recovered from a difficult Friday. It suggested the engineers had found a better window. It suggested the ADUO package, combined with setup work, had helped Ferrari put the car in the fight. But this is the danger of qualifying. It can make a team feel safe before the race proves it is not. 1 lap is the easiest place for a Formula 1 car to lie. Not because the speed is fake. The speed is real. Leclerc's lap was real. Hamilton's position was real. Ferrari's Saturday pace was real. But it was incomplete. A qualifying lap is like lifting a heavy weight once. Impressive, but not proof that you can carry it for an hour. A Grand Prix asks the car to carry that weight again and again. While the tires heat up, the fuel burns away, the track changes, and rivals apply pressure from every side. That is where Ferrari's problem returned. The car could qualify, but it could not race strongly enough. And when that happens after an upgrade, the questions become sharper. Because Ferrari did not just need the ADUO system to look promising in theory. They needed it to translate into race pace. They needed it to help the car survive the demands of Austria. They needed it to give Leclerc and Hamilton enough confidence to attack without destroying the tires. Instead, the same weaknesses kept appearing. Leclerc had already warned that Ferrari was losing too much time on the straights. At Austria, that is a serious problem because the straights are not just places where cars go fast. They are where pressure is created. If a car is vulnerable there, the driver has to work harder before and after the straight to defend position. That means corner exits become even more important. And that is where the second warning arrived. Ferrari was negatively surprised by its corner performance. That sentence changes everything. Because if the car is weak on the straights, the corners are supposed to rescue the lap. If it cannot gain there either, then the driver begins to run out of ways to fight back. The car is not just losing in one place. It is being squeezed from both ends. And once the car is squeezed, the tires pay the price. Leclerc and Hamilton give Ferrari two enormous advantages, but also two enormous sources of pressure. Leclerc can extract frightening speed over one lap. Hamilton can read a race with the experience of a champion. Together, they make it harder for Ferrari to hide from the truth. If the car is fast, they will show it. If the car is limited, they will expose it. Austria gave them both sides of that reality. Saturday showed what the drivers could do. Sunday showed what the car could not sustain. And that contrast is what makes the garage feel tense. Because when drivers deliver and the race still slips away, the pressure moves toward the machine, toward development, toward the factory, toward the question of whether the car is improving fast enough to match the ambitions attached to it. That is where the ADUO upgrade now sits, under pressure. Not because it was useless, but because it was not decisive. And decisive is what Ferrari needed. At a circuit like Austria, a small weakness becomes expensive very quickly. A few tenths lost on the straight can make defense harder. A little sliding in traction can overheat the rear tires. An early tire drop can force an early pit stop. An early pit stop can hand strategy freedom to rivals. Then the whole race becomes reactive. That is the hidden cost of not having enough race pace. It does not only show up in lap time. It changes every decision after it. Ferrari needed the upgrade to give the pit wall more freedom. Instead, the race kept narrowing their choices. And when choices narrow, drivers feel it. Leclerc feels it when he cannot attack without damaging the tires. Hamilton feels it when the car cannot maintain the race pace expected from the grid position. The strategists feel it when their ideal plan becomes impossible. The engineers feel it when the data confirms the same weakness the drivers are reporting. That is not a single failure. That is a system under strain. And Austria put Ferrari's system under strain. The hardest part is that the car is not far enough away to make the answer simple. Ferrari is close enough to create hope. Close enough to qualify near the front. Close enough to make its fans believe the next breakthrough could be right there. But being close can become painful if the final gap never closes. Because every near miss becomes heavier. Every promising Saturday becomes more frustrating. Every upgrade becomes more emotional. And every Sunday where the race pace does not appear makes the question louder. Is Ferrari building toward a title challenge, or building around a weakness it has not solved? That is the question Austria left behind. And it is the question the ADUO package now has to answer in the races that follow. Because one thing is clear. Ferrari cannot live on the word potential forever. Potential does not stop Russell from winning. Potential does not stop Verstappen from recovering. Potential does not stop Antonelli from collecting podiums. Potential does not stop tires from overheating. Potential only matters when it turns into repeatable race pace. And in Austria, repeatable race pace was exactly what Ferrari lacked. That is why the upgrade story feels so serious. Because the ADUO package was supposed to be part of the bridge between promise and performance. Between Hamilton's win in Spain and Ferrari becoming a consistent threat. Between Leclerc's qualifying pace and Leclerc having a car that can fight across the full Grand Prix. But the bridge did not carry Ferrari far enough. And when a bridge does not reach the other side, it does not matter how impressive the first half looks. Ferrari is now standing in the middle of that bridge. Behind them is the proof that the car can win in the right conditions. Ahead of them is the question of whether the car can survive the wrong ones. Austria did not answer that question in Ferrari's favor. It made the next upgrade more important. It made the next power track more dangerous. It made the next Leclerc comment more meaningful. It made the next race pace comparison impossible to ignore. Because from now on, every Ferrari development will be judged against the same Austrian memory. Does it fix the straights? Does it protect the tires? Does it improve the corners? Does it give the drivers freedom? Does it turn qualifying promise into Sunday control? Until Ferrari can say yes, the ADUO upgrade will remain a symbol of something painful, progress that arrived, but not enough progress to change the race.